What's up, nerds? Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block, episode 125. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Dirrig, and alongside me, as always, is that retro code, Eddie V.
The messenger. Hiya! Hello, everybody.
Also joining us, the wise Wisconsinite, Jesse Douglas.
What's up, guys?
Nintendo Pow Block. We're back!
Yes!
Woo!
It's all three of us.
Yes. Yeah, so if you're watching the video version, before we get into all this podcasting stuff that we normally do, hopefully you're watching the video version because we're debuting our new background. Yay!
Yay! The new background. This is the third version. No, third or fourth version of the background.
Well, to be fair, when we started, we didn't even have a background, so
That is true.
no.
All the way back on DNA when we was with Adrian.
Oh, jeez, yeah. We just had like the little Google Hangouts pop-ups that just had our name and whatever else we wanted it to say. So
History.
oh man, dude, I downloaded all the old episodes and re-up. So basically, what we're doing, first of all, before I tell the story, we're relaunching, I guess, on October 1st, like our console-specific podcasts and content are getting their own YouTube channels, and you can search for us now. The channels are live, but we're kind of launching them on October 1st, and what I've been doing is downloading all the old episodes of all of our stuff and re-uploading them to these new channels, which I'm working on Arsenal X right now. And boy, Ed, there's some episodes in there that I just don't really want to remember. It's
For
like
which show? Pow Block or AX?
Yep, both. No, more Pow Block than Arsenal X, because by the time we got into Arsenal X, we kind of had our own little flow going, and
Yeah.
once we added Jesse, I feel like the 3-person dynamic is kind of like the best way to do a show, unless we have like a guest. Like 3 to 4 people is good. Once you start having more than 4 people, it's like overcrowded and whatever. But like, yeah, that's why our background looks different. That's why we got a new logo down here. If you're looking, if you're an audio listener, there's gonna be a link to the new YouTube channel in the link in the description. We don't really have a URL yet, so just because we haven't really launched the channel. But if you're an audio listener and you want to give us that subscribe button, help us get that Pow Block URL, that'd be really wonderful. So
Yes.
links below. But anyways, we're gonna go through some of this housekeeping real quick before we get into what we've been playing. Nintendo Pow Block is moving to a new channel. The link's below, like I already said. All of our content's going to be native on this channel. You can still find it on the Nerds Gone Rogue Prime channel, but you're not going to get notifications because the Nerds Gone Rogue Prime channel is going to be using the playlists from our channel, our Pow Block channel. So if you want the notifications, like I said, click the link below. Give us that subscribe, all that good stuff. We are prepping a couple new shows. Ed, we're starting NG Arcade. We're starting Classically Trained, which is where we play retro games.
Yes.
I'm really excited for those. We're also starting new seasons of our classic shows like Nindies Showcase, and where all 3 of us are prepping Pod and Play Season 3, that kind of stuff. So Pod and Play is going to live on NGR Prime, but Nindies Showcase is going to live on Pow Block. So,
Yes.
that kind of stuff. So really excited for that. We're going to have quick looks similar to what, Giant Bomb and Game Informer do, where new games come out. We're going to record some of them. There's already some up on our YouTube page. We've got Bad North, Dead Cells, Monster Hunter Generations, Shovel Knight, for reasons that you will find out in this podcast, Sonic Mania Plus, and Into the Breach. All games you can go download right now on your Nintendo Switch. So, that said, there's one more piece of housekeeping. We're giving away a $20 eShop gift card at the end of the month to the person who gives us the best question. So, rules for this competition: you have to be subscribed to the YouTube channel, you have to email us, and you have to use your real name when you email us because, that's how it works, right?
Yes.
You can also tweet at us at NGR Pow Block, email us at nintendopowblock@gmail.com, or I guess you can leave a comment under the YouTube video. You can leave your question there as well. Just, if we try to get a hold of you, just be prepared, because we will be giving that away on whatever the last Tuesday in September is. What is it, the 25th, I think?
Yeah.
September 25th we'll be giving away. So email us your questions, give us your questions, tweet us your questions. Rule number 1, you have to be subscribed to the YouTube channel. Rule number 2, don't ask a dumb question and use your real information when we contact you for the win. So that's it. That's all the housekeeping. We're going to get into what we've been playing. I've been obsessed with 2 games in particular, but I'm going to go last. Jesse, we're going to start with you this week because we always start with Ed. So we're going to start with Jesse.
All right. So this week, I've been playing Dead Cells.
Nice.
Swapper, the Swapper.
What is Swapper?
It's so basically, I kind of, it's not really like Portal, but it's along the same kind of game, where you're trying to in this game you don't use portals. You can make clones of yourself.
Ooh.
And so you've got to try to you make a clone, but whatever you do when you move, the clone will too. Mm-hmm. So you've got to place your clones, precisely. So if you move, then they can move to land on a button, and then be able to still do stuff to get to where you need to. And then eventually, as you go on, you can I have the ability to now shoot my presence into a clone and then take over that body. And so then my old body becomes a clone that just follows what I do from that point on. And so that you basically you're constantly moving these characters around to try to solve puzzles and get these orbs to power up certain things. You're basically in you're in space. You're in the space suit, and you're going through what I think is some kind of broken down ship that a ship that got attacked by these creatures or something like that. And so you're trying to, I think, look for survivors or something. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm still kind of early in it. I just was looking at games on Game Pass or whatever, and I'm you know what, I've seen this one a million times. It seemed interesting, so I gave it a download, and I've been pleasantly surprised with it, because that's right up my alley. Those kind of games like Portal and that, and Braid, and things where it's really takes a lot of figuring stuff out. Those tend to be games that almost always capture me to the point of where I just can't stop playing them. Because I remember when I first got Braid, that game was so much fun. Oh, I love that game. I don't know, and then I've tried the what's it called, There's the one people that made the Outside. What was that first game? Or Inside or Outside or whatever it's called.
Inside.
Yeah.
Limbo.
Yeah, Limbo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I played that one and that's all. That game was all right. But for whatever reason, I just stopped playing it for whatever reason, but yeah, those kind of games I usually tend to like picking up. I don't know what it is. I just like it's so satisfying when you solve a really difficult puzzle. So yeah, I've been playing those, and I did play a little bit of Adventure Pals on Switch again. So I really like that game. That game is hilarious. If you're looking for a good like budget like game on Switch, like that's definitely a good fun little platformer type game.
That's the game that Matt was playing a couple weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the one that he had talked about quite a bit on NGR.
Yeah,
he was playing. Yeah, because you can play multiplayer. It's supposed to be pretty fun multiplayer. But yeah, I've been playing that, like trying to pick that up. That's mostly what I play on my Switch right now is that, because I do still plan on getting Dead Cells for Switch, but I've just put so much time into it on Xbox now that it's like I don't really want to start all over again.
Cross save.
Because I have just recently unlocked the level 3 flask thing, which takes like 200 cells or 300 cells to unlock. So yeah. So I don't really want to put all that time back in again because I've unlocked so much stuff already.
Right.
At this point,
dude, that's the one. That's like the one. And I know it's not exactly the same thing, but that's what I hate about Destiny is because like I have friends on both platforms.
Yeah.
So like I feel like I have to play both places, which is fine because like if you play multiple characters on one platform, you can switch your weapons over to those other characters. But like when you're playing on two different platforms and you go to play, like I'm going to play on PlayStation and I have like some really awesome weapons and stuff, but I don't have the cool armor that I have on my Xbox character. And then when I move over to Xbox, I'm like, man, I don't have any of my sweet weapons, but at least I got. I guess I have my Helm of Saint 14, which really doesn't do anything in this game because the only perk it had in Destiny 1, that super doesn't exist in Destiny 2. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Pow save.
Yeah, I know that's the thing. Like you really wouldn't need crossplay with Dead Cells because it's not multiplayer. But yeah, if they could have like a thing where you could use your save on any system.
I need a like, motion twin cloud save so I can transfer it between. Yeah, something like that. It would be, like who knows? Maybe crossplay is the first step towards something like that. Right. Wow.
But yeah, and then let's see what else. I'm gonna start playing more frequently now the Rise of the Tomb Raider because with the new one, coming out in a couple weeks here, I want to try to at least get the majority of that game done before the new one comes out.
Did you beat the reboot?
Yeah,
okay.
I beat the first one.
You beat the first one, okay.
Yeah, I beat that one first, and then now I'm playing the second one.
The second one.
Yeah. So I played that, and then just a really quick story. So like the other thing I ended up playing, jumping online with my best friend Robert. He had messaged on Facebook that he was gonna jump back into Modern Warfare 2 since it's cross or backwards compatible, and so I went on a little hunt today to try to find that game, and I got super lucky and ended up getting that and 3 and Modern Warfare 3. And so like I had like couldn't find it anywhere. And then this place I went to had a loose copy of it. And so then like just right as I was about to pay for it, all of a sudden he just happens to look at this big stack of empty game boxes sitting like up against the wall, and he's like, oh, wait a minute, and he goes over there and picks it out, and he's like, you know what? I'm not gonna charge you full price for it. Still, he's like, I'll charge you like 50 cents for like what we would charge for like an extra box or whatever.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I only ended up paying 50 cents more than the loose price for the full game with box.
With the box.
Because yeah, most decent places are only charging $10 for it in box. But GameStop raised the price when it went to backwards compatibility. They raised it to 15 used, which is only $5 cheaper than what it costs to buy it new. As far, I mean, if you buy it digitally or whatever.
Which is weird. That game is so old that it's still $20. Right.
Well, yeah. I mean, but that's
you know what?
Really how all of those games are, though.
Because they did the same thing for Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
They checked
and the
price.
Witcher and the Witcher 2.
Well, no, like honestly, you can go to Walmart, and I keep on looking at it because I want to get it, but I don't want to spend the money right now. But basically any like popular game that came out for 360 is $20 new. Like Portal 2 is $20.
Yeah.
Like all those really popular games like that are at least $20.
Yeah, because they consider those as budget titles. So that's
yeah. So yeah, like that was kind of a fun little hunt for me today, and I was glad to get that, and I jumped in with my friend and we played a couple of games, and it's still just as good as it was. Like, and honestly, it holds up pretty well. Like I think we kind of lucked out in that game, and I'm sure 3 looks a little bit better, but Modern Warfare 2 is just like right in a perfect time where it doesn't look too bad, as far as graphics go. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing.
Nice. I just went on and downloaded Swapper on Game Pass. So
yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I was doing. Ed, what are you playing?
So, for Xbox One, I finally beat Mafia 3. I did the good ending. They actually allowed you to go see the other endings too after the game, after the credits roll. So, I was kind of disappointed in the clear level. Like, I thought I would be able to shoot up the whole clan members, and I wasn't able to. It's just like you shoot some enemies, kill the clan, kill this one leader, and then the mission is over. I'm like, oh, this is a bummer. I was ready to just like snipe them all in the head with my gun, and I couldn't. I'm just like, oh, the disappointment. But it's a good game. I really have fun on it. I think I was gonna plan on playing on PlayStation 3. PlayStation 4. I think I'm gonna just do that and just like really do the main missions and get stuff done with. Because I was just like, well, it's no reason for me to get all of this other stuff unless I want the achievement or anything or the trophy. So, but I finished it on Xbox One. I'm glad I spent like 14 hours Thursday playing that game. Even the game crashed on me. So I had to shut the system down for like an hour or two. It did load it back up and ended up being it later on. With that, started back up Horizon Zero Dawn for PlayStation 4. Just working on again the platinum for that, getting all the trophies. Only got like I think about 8 or 9 trophies. Two of them I'm about to get. One of them is again to level 50, which is the regular main level cap. And then once I get my last skill point and like the last part of the skill tree, I'll have that one. And then it's just the hunt and stuff. And then doing the little hidden trophies after that, and I'll be done with that game. Picked up Devil May Cry 4 because I kind of want to, it was cheap, and I was just like, but I got some money. I'll just pick it up and play that game. So I'm trying to be probably working on that later on in the year. Because I plan on playing Devil May Cry 5, but I'm not looking really forward to it or anything. Because I want DMC 2 on Nintendo Switch. I know we have that argument. Jesse is looking that way for me. We've had that discussion, or we'll continue to have that discussion. I have my reasons on why it needs to be on Switch. Jesse believes it should be on Xbox One. But,
well, my only thought was just because of the people who made it are now Xbox exclusive, or whatever.
But Capcom just used Ninja Theory to make it. Capcom literally could make it themselves.
Yeah. Well,
because when in the interview for Devil May Cry 5, like the director, he worked with Ninja Theory to make DMC. And so some of the stuff that's in there
Devil May Cry 5 looks so eerily similar to DMC.
Pretty much.
Like they kept the art style of DMC and put it into Devil May Cry, because Nero looks a lot like Virgil from DMC.
Yeah.
But
I know, I honestly, this is the first Devil May Cry game that actually looked interesting to me. I've never really cared about them in the past other than DMC, but this recent one, has piqued my interest a little bit.
I still got to play 3. I still got to beat 3. 3, it gets... because they said the original version was too hard. They were just the person that they hired to do all that cinematics and stuff. And they have a retronauts. They have a retrospect of the first 3 DMC games. And they kind of talked about it, and they were just talking about why it's kind of 3 is more when the cinematics is kung fu-y and it's kind of crazy choreographed fights and stuff, because they actually got a director who makes movies who was a choreographer of fight scenes. So that's why some of the stuff looks like that. But that's what I'm doing on PlayStation 4. Moving on to Nintendo Switch though, Dead Cells got to the second boss of the game and died. Almost had him and got killed. So now I'm trying to get back to him. Still unlocking some more stuff. I got the second portion. I don't have the third portion just yet. Because I'm trying to get the bow unlocked, which will unlock random swords and stuff to start with. I'm trying to get to that one to unlock, and then I'll be working more on that stuff. But literally enjoying Dead Cells, having a blast playing something that I would think will only be 25 minutes turned out to be 2.5 hours. So I'm putting mad work into that game. But last but not least, I picked up The Messenger. And literally, I can understand why it's getting the 9.5s and 10s and stuff. It's not only Ninja Gaiden. I don't even get the feel of Ninja Gaiden in it because of it's not really that difficult in anything. I get the sense that this is Shovel Knight. It has the feel of Shovel Knight. From music to the controls, it's the controls is tight and stuff. But I'm just man, this reminds me more of Shovel Knight mixed with Ninja Gaiden, mixed with Castlevania, but yet still being its own. I haven't got to the Metroid part yet. When it starts switching to 8-bit to 16-bit and the progression of it changes. Haven't got it to that part yet, but the way I'm just playing it, the hit detection. Oh, and Strider, because the way that he attacks and stuff, it was just if you look at the animation, it kind of reminds me of Strider, right? The old Ninja Gaiden on NES. Ryu Hayabusa's sword is not that wide, so the hit detection is shorter. Where here on the Messenger, his sword attack is a little bit longer, as almost kind of like the arcade version of Strider, so it hits further. It hits further than Ryu Hayabusa. But this is literally in the nomination for Game of the Year. I'm already, let's see, I got Octopath Traveler, Just Shapes and Beats, Iconoclast, in this game, and probably gonna have Shadow of the Tomb Raider when I pick that up. Like I literally already have like half of my list for Game of the Year ready to go, and it's crazy that just this year alone, I think indie games are way beating out AAA games. Until we play like Pokemon Smash, Mario Party and stuff like. Until we play some of the other Nintendo games, there's a lot of indie games that are beating stuff like God of War because like Messenger's been getting 9.5s and 10s, Celeste got 10s. It's just like Octopath Traveler keeps selling out. Like there's a lot of stuff that is outdoing like big AAA and first party stuff. So, sure, and Dead Cells might even get a Game of the Year nomination, even though that's been on PC. So, but pretty much that's what I've been playing. And then let's see, anything else? No, that's it. That's everything I've been playing.
Some Mafia, yeah. Or did you say that already?
Yeah.
Did you finish Mafia?
I just said that.
Yeah. I didn't. I'm sorry. I must have blinked.
A mess.
Not all of us have the energy that you have at 1:30 in the morning, Edward.
You know what is probably
some of
when
us
I was
didn't
trying
get to
to
take a
get my
nap
dog, get my dog to go after the cat because she's starting with that stupid meowing crap.
I heard.
Oh, they're recording. Start just whining at the bottom of the stairs.
Oh man. Well, I'm just gonna stick with Switch games because I mean I've been playing some stuff on Xbox but I mean I've been obsessed with two games. Dead Cells, I know we've been talking about that a lot, but you know, Dead Cells is great, but I've also been playing this game called Bad North, which is a small real-time strategy game mixed with Captain Toad mixed with tower defense, and it is I'm addicted to it, man. It's not like the greatest game in the world. Like I mean it's super fun and it's super addicting and it's super simple. I can't stop playing it, man. Like moving the units around and like basically what happens is it gives you like this world map and you go to these different islands and you start out with two groups of armies, right? And
Yeah.
And as you progress, you can say, okay, I want this group to be swordsmen. I want this group to be archers and stuff like that. So right now, I still only have two groups, and you can have up to 4 groups protecting your island.
Yeah.
And I'm getting pretty close to getting that third group. So
does it have like a Fire Emblem kind of like yin yang? How like swords beat? Is it swords beat spears or something like that? Spears. Everyone's in like it's like that. Something beats something.
Yeah, I don't really know yet because I haven't gotten that far. If it does, but I do know that the sword people will do better against guys with shields, where the guys with shields can block your arrows from the archers. So there is stuff like that. I don't know if it gets as deep as Fire Emblem does, but there are things that, obviously I just said it. Like his shields block arrows from archers, and then the guys that don't have shields are faster than the guys with shields. So I don't know, but basically like you get an island, you deploy your army, and then you just see these little boats full of enemies just floating up to the island.
Yes.
And as they're floating up to the island, you have to position your armies in strategic positions. And like the first 6 or 7 islands are really simple, where like, okay, I'm going to position these guys around here because, as they approach the island, they get off and you can just kind of surround them and overwhelm them or whatever. But then you get to the point where they start adding new mechanics in where, oh, this boat has a ram on it, so you don't want to stand in the square right where they're docking because the boat can ram you and knock your guys over, which gives them an advantage to go around you. And basically, you just have to figure out these things. And after each level, you get coins to your coins kind of act as experience points, and you can spend coins on okay, well, I need stronger swords, or I want to shoot more arrows faster at people, or, maybe I want arrows that might penetrate shields, 1 out of 4 times or whatever. So, okay. I don't know, man. I'm super addicted to
so it's a lot like your Command and Conquers and stuff where you're kind of your experience is used to upgrade things and stuff.
Yeah.
And I haven't checked your quick licks yet, because I do want to see. I know I'm going to buy it a little bit at the end of the month. And plus the games that you recommend, Jesse, I'm going to end up buying also. The Flame in the Flood, I need to pick that up too. But there was another one that you was talking about, Jesse. Pick up.
Oh yeah, the Max Curse of Brotherhood. Yeah, that one's a lot of fun. Yeah,
I was thinking of doing it on one, but I think I'm gonna do it on Switch.
No, do it on Switch. Yeah, that would be a really good Switch game.
It's getting a physical copy in February.
Oh, is it?
If you want to wait, so
I might get a physical.
And it's one of the cheaper ones. It's only $29.99 instead of $39.99. So
okay. Yeah, it's such a good game. Both of you need to play that.
It's on Game Pass right now. I might try it and then buy it on Switch if I like it. So
yeah,
I gotta sneeze. No, I don't. Nope.
Yeah. So
look at the lights. Look at the lights.
Yeah,
I'm good.
So yeah, I'll probably pick it up. Then I'll probably wait for the physical because there's another game that I'm waiting for physical once it gets announced. And there's another game we're gonna probably talk about in the news. That's just that I might as well. Well, of course, it's an automatic buy. So but yeah.
So I've been playing a lot of Bad North. That's pretty much the game I've been playing. That and Dead Cells. I've played a little bit of Sonic Mania Plus. I do like the new characters that they added because they add a little bit more depth to like whatever. I mean, depth, quote unquote, to Sonic. You can't really add much, but like I'm actually enjoying playing it this time around. Where like remember when it came out last year, we were talking, Ed, and I was just like, maybe Sonic has just never been good. Maybe I was just caught up being a Sega kid, and that was the game I had, and like I remember these levels fondly, but I also remember, moving and platforming in Sonic actually is not very good. And the good points about Sonic are feeling the speed and maybe some of the bonus stage stuff. But once you get into these levels with hardcore platforming, you don't feel the speed, and then you notice the parts of Sonic that don't work because they stick out like a sore thumb.
I always thought that Sonic Mania was just a remake of Sonic 2 because like it feels like half of the game's levels is from
the first level is from Sonic 1. I think the very first level is from Sonic 1, and then the Casino Night Zone is from Sonic 2. So
I think what it is that it looks like the style is so clean and crisp. It looks more like the graphics of Sonic 2.
Yeah.
And that's why it feels like it's Sonic 2, but it's
and a lot of the mechanics are lifted out as Sonic 2 and 3 also, right? Yeah. I mean, like you can do the spin dash in the Sonic 1 levels and stuff. So I mean, it's really nice. I've been playing as the whatever the black character with the red whoosh hair thing. I don't care to know any other names. But he's got this this homing attack. I think we talked about it last week a little bit, actually. But then the last game I tried was Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate for Switch. Oh boy, does that game obtuse! That is a game that you need to be looking up stuff on how to do because it's just, man, wow.
I downloaded the demo.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a game. It's a game I'm gonna buy later on in the month.
I mean,
I actually did play the demo of that, and I had a really hard time.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know. It just feels a little clunky and
yep.
Like I don't know.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like what that game is trying to do. I do feel like the animations and stuff are a little slow. It feels like the world feels like a Zelda game. A little bit, like a Zelda overworld, but the combat feels like it's trying to be fast-paced. I don't want to say Dark Souls because that's not really what it's supposed to be, but like I found a weapon that you can be super fast with, but the thing is you're locked into animations and the button combinations don't really feel like they match the game you're playing. So like you'll want to hit one button and it does something different than what you think it should do. I don't know. Maybe I'm just used to playing action games and this is not really an action game, but I don't know. I booted it up and I did the quick look of it and I accepted the first mission, and the first mission is to collect exotic ferns. So the whole quick look is just me looking at all these plants to see if I can collect the right plants. And it's like you have 56 minutes to collect these plants. I'm like, they're plants. Are they going somewhere? Like, why do I have a timer to collect these plants? You know,
everyone else is trying to collect them too.
Yeah, right. Apparently. So I mean, yeah. Oh, the other game I played was Into the Breach, it's a mobile game that they ported over to Switch. It's a grid-based tactics game, but it's also a roguelike. So if you die, you have to start over, but it's like a time traveling, like the roguelike mechanic is tied to time travel. So as you progress, your pilot gets stronger, and so you can upgrade stuff through your pilot special abilities. But if your pilot dies, you have to pick a new pilot from the future. I don't know. It's really weird. Not really my type of game. I know Matt's going to probably talk 100 miles an hour about it on Monday when we record the show, but
it was just weird when that was like the surprise game for.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a big deal, and like that game has some really cool mechanics. I just wish it was a straight up tactics game and not a roguelike. I've already got one roguelike in my life. I don't need another one. Dead Cells, man. Dead Cells so good.
Wait till there's some more, because it's coming.
I know.
It's the flood.
All right, let's get into these news bits because we're already 38 minutes into the show. So there's a few news stories here. A lot of them revolve around Nindies and release dates, but PAX just is going on right now, and the Nindies Showcase we didn't really get to cover because of scheduling conflicts. So we're going to cover that stuff. We're going to cover a little bit of Gamescom stuff. So let's get into this news bits. This is from Nintendo Life. Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes launches exclusively on Nintendo Switch in January of 2019. It was originally slated to come out this year. It was really funny because Suda51 tweeted out, he's like, it was going to come out in December, but I would feel really bad if Travis Strikes Again took away his sales from Smash Brothers. But like, I don't think the tweet was serious.
Yeah.
I think he was making fun of the fact that like if he put it out around Smash Brothers, that game would he would send that game out to die. So he was kind of spinning it his way. Yeah. So he was just like, we're gonna release it in January. It was like that's pretty funny. So this story from Nintendo Life. No More Heroes was originally announced last year, with the first footage revealed months later during a Nindies Showcase. I actually played it at PAX East, and let me tell you, game feels real good. That game feels amazing.
I cannot wait to play that.
Yeah, that was one of the games that I was really looking forward to that we got to see.
Yeah, I really hope it gets a physical copy too, because I think he said it might not get one though, because Grasshopper Manufacturing is also handling the publishing as well as the development. So he doesn't. It depends on the, what do you say? It depends on the how people will respond to it and if they really want a physical copy. Which, look, every Nintendo collector wants a physical copy, right? So let's see. Suda51 still hasn't really confirmed where exactly the game sits within the timeline, but at the very least, it is a continuation of the popular series that started out on the Wii. Following the appearance of the title at PAX East, the upcoming Switch release is now also playable at this year's PAX West. In celebration of the occasion, Grasshopper Manufacturing has announced the game will launch next year on January 18th. And then it shows the tweet and it has a trailer. The story in Travis Strikes Again is as crazy as ever, with Bad Girl's father attempting to kill Travis Touchdown when they are absorbed into a video game console. They must then battle each other in multiple games to survive. So, I'm excited. This game was really cool. It was really fat. Oh, man, just playing it at PAX was like, man, this game feels ready now. Where is it?
It would have been crazy if it did come out in December, because you would have had that game, you would have had Smash, and then Diablo 3.
I know.
Like, 3 triple... Sorry, Jesse, about Just Cause 4, but that game would get obliterated by those 3 games alone, just in December.
Yeah. So, Travis Strikes Again. I can't wait. It looks cool. The art style is so, like, remember how it looked on the Wii, right? And it looked good. Yeah. It looked good on the Wii, but imagine that art style a little bit simpler, but in super high def.
Yes.
Oh, that game. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be so cool. So, our next story, we're going to cover the Nindies Showcase that happened on August 28th. Let me bring up Ed's notes that he so kindly sent me.
Yes.
Well, maybe. There it is. Okay. So, there was a ton of games announced and kind of detailed. So, we're just going to do a rundown. Hyper Light Drifter, probably the highlight of the show for me. September 6th is coming to Switch. I'm so excited. Next Thursday. Oh, it's going to be great.
Everybody, please check out our Nindies Showcase indie with that game, and you'll understand why we're both probably going to get it Thursday.
Right.
There's no doubt about it.
Right. I already pre-purchased it.
I can't pre-purchase it until I just literally got to get paid Thursday and just flat out buy it.
It's coming out September 6th. There's a new outfit that will help you locate secrets and more. There's new weapons, including the Crystal Shot and Blade Caster, in which you get from beating the tower climb. And like we said earlier, it's for pre-purchase now. I can't wait for Hyper Light Drifter. It's going to be awesome on Switch. That game just it's going to fit right at home. So,
yeah.
Should we move on? Anybody else have anything else to say about Hyper Light?
I think I want to see the box art. I think just the art style on that red, the red background of the Nintendo Switch, I think that would look so good with the neon pinks and greens and stuff. Mm-hmm. Oh, that would look so good. And I hope it comes next year. People will double dip, and I just hope that limited run games do not touch it. A publisher needs to come in. I want Nicholas needs to grab or Nicalis, I'm sorry. Nicalis needs to grab on that and sell it like in stores.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if someone's going to do a physical copy, like, look, I like what Limited Run Games is doing. Like, I really want the next 2 games that they're doing, but, like, I'm not going to sit there and kind of click through and do it. You know, I want, like you said, I want Nicalis to come in, and because they're already using that character in some of their games anyway, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would really like them to come in and offer them something to do some sort of physical edition. So, but we're going to move on. Towerfall from Matt Makes Games. You might remember their game earlier this year, Celeste. That game is coming to Nintendo Switch in a 6-player battle mode. Includes Dark World and Ascension expansions, up to 4-player co-op, and you can also play as Madeline and Badeline from Celeste, and there's over 400 levels. So then that's coming September 27th. That's a cool game that you could probably just pop off all the Joy-Cons and play with your friends and couch co-op stuff. So
yeah, wasn't it kind of like almost like a Smash Brothers style kind of game in a way?
It's it's like a platforming. I wouldn't really call it a brawler, but it's like a platforming. Like you have arrows that you shoot at people, or different types of projectile weapons that you shoot at people.
Yeah, okay, I remember now. I remember which one it was.
It has
Yeah,
it has a Smash feel, but it's more kind of like a war, like a battle royale kind of style in a way.
Yeah.
It looks really cool though. I'll check it out. It was free on PlayStation 4 a couple months ago, or maybe a year ago at this point. But anyways, our next game, Treasure Stacks, is coming this winter. It's a match 3 game. This is the one where it had some kind of weird platforming stuff within the match 3 puzzle game, right, Ed? If I'm thinking correctly.
In a sense.
Yeah, it's not like real platforming, but there's platforming elements in it, which is weird.
Yeah, where you like go over and you grab it and then you put it where you want it, basically, to try to match them.
Yeah.
So yeah, like kind of like Tetris, like if you were able to pick up the piece as a character and move it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, and it's going to feature crossplay with platforms that allow it. Just leave it at that. It's coming this winter, by the way. So, the next game, Zarvat. It's coming in October. There's a story mode featuring charcoal and mustard. Oh, this is the weird cube game, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, what game is this? I was trying to remember, but I remember they had a weird name. So it has a versus mode. The Joyvot exclusive to Switch, and you can play with one Joy-Con or pop them off or whatever. It's releasing first on Switch, so
I need to see more of it.
Yeah, looked interesting, but I need to see more. So a lot of these indies, I need to see more.
Yeah, you'll know which game I'm excited for once we get to it.
Is it this next one about the cats that are in the marketplace?
Nope.
Maniko Night Market is coming in 2019. There's 20 out.
Before you go on, I'm going to buy this game. I know what Jesse's thinking about, the Untitled Goose Game, probably.
Yes.
But hold on, we'll get to that one. But when they was paying homage to Miyazaki from his movies, and I was just My Neighbor Totoro, I was just like, okay, I will buy this game.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I could definitely see that, this game that we're talking about being something that I would probably like to get, and then that's something that Max, I'm sure, would enjoy playing too.
Plus, it's for people who love cats, so
yeah, which I'm not one of those people. But
but continue, Corey, about the game.
Okay, so there's a 20-hour story gameplay mode, 4 regions to explore, and it is releasing as a Switch exclusive. Well, it's releasing first on Switch. Console first exclusive, I guess is what they tried to say. So, weird game. I'm glad you're going to enjoy it, Ed. The next game was kind of surprising, I think, to a lot of people. Samurai Gun 2 is coming in 2019. There's a story mode, a versus mode, and a Trigger Soul comic by Valentin Sesh. So, interesting that we're getting Samurai Gun 2.
I haven't played the first. I haven't really heard about the first one.
Well, something somebody said about this game was that the first game was more of a true multiplayer game, and this one is more of a single player game, and it's kind of taking a different direction. So that was kind of interesting, but yeah. Bullet Age is the next game coming in November as a console exclusive, and The World Next Door is coming in 2019. It was I don't remember either of these games, so it shows how much I know. The World Next Door is a rune collecting puzzle action, local 1v1 mode, and published by Viz and developed by Rose City Games. So, yeah.
I think it's based on anime. So you have.
Oh, is this the one where the girl gets sucked in? She gets sucked into another world.
I think so. And there's runes on the ground. You gotta collect all the 3 runes to attack your opponent.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah. But I put it on the the reason why I put it by Viz. Viz is is a company that does a lot of manga for America. So like Full Metal Alchemist, Dragon Ball, stuff like that. And I never knew they were in the video game publishing business. Like I think this is their first video game that they publish. That's going to be directly from them with an indie developer developing the game, because usually when it comes to anime games, it's like Bandai Namco that's doing it.
Yeah.
I think, and I don't know who does the Naruto games.
I thought they were banned.
I think
It
it's
might be
Bandai
Ban-
Namco.
Namco.
Yeah, I was
Might
gonna
be.
say I thought they did those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. The next game is super interesting, especially since we don't have Mario Maker yet. Level Heads is coming in November. It's basically Mario Maker, right? I mean, you're making your own platforming levels or whatever. You can have 4-op co-op level design, which is cool. You can have others follow you and play your levels. Butterscotch Shenanigans is the publisher and developer. That trailer, the voice in that trailer was very annoying, but the game looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this shtick is done. Like I don't.
Well, it's funny because we all three, let's say we all get the game just for fun. We all three could create a level online together.
Yeah,
Right.
And
I was
I
gonna
could
say that's
just-
awesome.
Yeah.
I could just see the hijinks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or like we could do like, and I think we're gonna do this when Mario Maker inevitably makes its way to Switch. Right? Is we're just gonna make each other levels, and then we'll play them and record them, and then like just get really angry at each other for making these terrible Mario levels. It's gonna be a good time. guys.
My Mario levels are good.
they just got to be beatable. That's all.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's the only rule. It's
Right.
got to be beatable.
Right. Oh, man. All right. The next game is King of the Hat. It's coming in 2019. A weird kind of like, almost like would you call it almost like a Smash game, but you have hats and you like have to.
Yeah.
It's a.
Yeah, because wasn't it like you had to try to take the hat, and then whoever had the hat was like.
You had to knock the hat off and destroy
Yeah.
it. If you destroyed
Yeah.
the hat,
Yeah, that's what.
that
it was.
other person lose. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get a hat. Like, yeah, because wasn't there some kind of mode where like there was only one person had the hat, and you were basically fighting to try to be the one to destroy it, and then you get the hat, and then you're basically become the target or something like that. I thought. I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
looked interesting.
Yeah. So there's 15 characters, and there's 4-player local and ranked online matches. If you're interested in King of the Hat. The next game, this game looks super dumb, but I want to play it anyway. Is the Untitled Goose Game that's coming out next year?
And before we
looks so wild.
go, when the goose got to the old farmer and went like, "Rack," I was just like, I'm sold on this game. Like it's stupid, but I'm
Yeah.
so intrigued. And like it's literally getting a lot of love.
I know
on
it kind
social
of
media.
reminds me of remember when Goat Simulator was announced? And
Yeah,
it was
Yeah.
that's
it ki-
exactly what I was gonna say.
yeah, it kind of
It's
reminds me
just
of like,
that.
man, that game got a lot of buzz, and now this game is like,
Yeah,
this game just looks hilarious.
And-
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that's the tentative title of it or that's the actual name title of the game. But I want it.
I know, I want it too. It's so dumb.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah.
It looks so good.
Oh, man. Wow. All right, so there's a ton of other indie games here. I'm just gonna list them off, just because Ed has them listed here. So there's a new indie channel on the Switch, so you can check that out. You can follow it and find out all the latest about Nindies. Into the Breach is available now. We kind of covered it earlier in the show when I was talking about us playing it and whatever. Desert Child is coming in December. Wasteland, that's the director's cut edition, I think, right? Is coming
Wasted too.
on September 13th. Bastion, great game, coming September 13th. It's kind of like a RPG that's being narrated by. I can't wait for Bastion. Bastion's gonna be awesome.
I'm double dipping for that because I have it on PS3.
Yeah, I have it. I have it on
PS4.
PlayStation. I think I have it on Xbox Live Arcade.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I've never beat it. So yeah, I am picking that up on Switch.
Yeah, The Messenger is out. By the time you hear this, it's already out. Undertale is coming on the 18th of September. Jack in the Box Party Pack 5 or Jackbox Party Pack 5 is coming in October. Transistor, another great game.
Yeah, I'm picking.
You know what
that
makes
one
me
up,
excited about Bastion and Transistor is the fact that Pyre might actually end up coming to Switch, which Bastion and Transistor are both made by Supermassive Games.
Superman.
No,
I didn't even know that they both were made. I thought they were two separate companies that made those games.
Yeah, and the fact that they're doing like Supergiant Games is bringing Bastion and Transistor to Switch really makes me hope Pyre's coming to Switch next year because that game is awesome. Pyre's really good. Bastion's really good. Transistor is awesome. It's like a small action RPG that's way too short to like. I feel like there's so much you can do in that game, and the game is too short for you to experience it all. But like it's still a fantastic game. I cannot wait for both of these. So Dragon Mark for Death is coming in December. Light Fingers is coming on September 20th, and Sword and Sorcery is coming in October. So that's the Nindie Showcase that was last week. So sorry we couldn't cover it. We just had scheduling, and honestly, to be quite honest, I told Ed we were going to record one night, and then I totally forgot. But I was like half asleep, and he messaged me, asked me if we were going to record, and I was like,
he's just like, hey, bro, I was like, hey, he's just like, what you doing? I was just like, well, I was waiting. We were supposed to record today. And then he sends me an emoji with the face like, ooh.
Oh man. So yeah, that's the Nindies show. There's a bunch of Nindies on there that I'm actually really excited. I know a lot of them are double dipping, but still.
Yeah, that was a really good show. Like I like showing like all the stuff that they showed off looked like even stuff that I normally wouldn't be interested in. Like they managed to have some stuff that made me, piqued my interest. So yeah, I was really satisfied with that show.
Yeah,
and it was good. It was good that Nintendo acknowledged the one that happened on Nintendo UK, and like they linked it because that was a big indie show, and I'm just like, man, 2 indie shows within like 2 weeks of each, like a week with each other. I'm like, that's crazy. And then the Dragalia Lost, like, was a few days later or like the next day. I'm like, 3 different directs. The heck? All right, Nintendo.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. Let's move on to the next story. Oh, this one was super exciting. That kind of got announced today as of this recording. Valkyria Chronicles 4, as you guys know, is coming in September. But today at PAX, Sega announced that Valkyria Chronicles 1 Remastered is also coming to Switch this year. It's coming digitally to the Nintendo Switch for $19.99 in October. Where's the exact date? They gave us an exact date. I think it's October 18th. It's somewhere in mid-October. I'm checking my calendar. But if you buy Valkyria Chronicles 4 digitally, you get 25% off Valkyria Chronicles 1 Remastered. So that would bring the price down to $14.99. It will run at 1080p, docked, 720p, undocked, and at a full 60 frames per second. So
nice.
And
720. That's nice.
Yeah, and it's been remastered in the Valkyria Chronicles 4 engine. So
nice. I've never got a chance to play it, so I think I will probably end up picking it up.
Yeah, I haven't either. I know I've seen it in the past, but
Valkyria Chronicles is kind of like a mix between Fire Emblem and Codenamed Steam on the 3DS. If you've ever seen it, where you can kind of like move around the battlefield in third-person view, but it's still kind of turn-based. So
okay,
I'm actually really excited for both these. Oh, there's the exact October 16th is when the game is coming. So that story was from Game Informer. Okay, so this next story, I think Ed and I both about we were really excited. Let's just put it that way. Shovel Knight has a bunch of news. So King of Cards and the multiplayer Showdown mode both have release dates. I don't know if we covered Showdown. It's basically Shovel Knight Smash, right? It's a multiplayer battle mode that you can play as all the knights. So Shovel Knight, King of Cards, and Showdown have been pushed back to April 9th, 2019, but also coming that day is Shovel Knight Treasure Trove Definitive Edition physical copy.
Nice.
Also the amiibo are coming out that day as well.
So everybody knows what to give me for the day before my birthday. Just send me the copy and send me the treasure trove, or I'm going to like really punch people.
Oh man. So Treasure Trove collection, the Shovel Knight Treasure Trove Definitive Edition will cost $39.99 on Nintendo Switch physically. You can still download it for $24.99 digitally, but the physical edition will have some kind of stuff similar to the the other editions that have come out before, like other indies that have gotten, like Cave Story came with that keychain, and Puyo Puyo Tetris came with some stuff, and Binding of Isaac came with stickers, that kind of stuff. It's going to have stuff like that with it. So it's not just the quote unquote Switch tax. It is also being re-released on PlayStation 4. The sad thing is, though, if you own a Wii U or 3DS, Showdown will not be making it to those platforms. So, sorry, everyone who was expecting it for those. But, anyways, dude, the amiibo look great. I can't wait for these amiibo.
Yes.
IGN. This story was from IGN, and they have a picture of the amiibo, and I just, oh man, they were so pretty when I saw them at PAX the first time, and now they're seriously probably some of the best looking amiibo that are out right now. They're so pretty.
I think with them finally announcing a date for it, they're probably going to have more amiibo for it. So it's going to probably be
It wouldn't surprise me if all the knights ended up getting amiibo. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Because I'm surprised Shield Knight doesn't have one and Black Knight doesn't have one. And those two are like pretty prominent characters within the game.
Yeah. So. Well, and like you said, the Shovel Knight is so outdated at this point when compared to those. It just doesn't.
I know.
It looks like cheaper. It just doesn't look.
I went back to play Shovel Knight for a quick look, and I was like, man, after playing Spectre Knight and even Plague Knight to an extent, I'm just like, Shovel Knight's movement feels, because he's the only character that doesn't have some sort of special way to move around the world faster, right? Yeah. And it's just like, man, I love this game, but Spectre Knight is definitely the standout of this series so far. Even when I played of King Knight at PAX, I'm just like, man, I still think Spectre Knight is the standout. So.
Well, and Spectre Knight, in my opinion, is the coolest looking one too.
Yeah, he's
like I love.
I almost wore my Spectre Knight shirt today, but I decided to wear my my fake Ninja Turtle shirt instead. So. Shout out to Matt, by the way. He got me this shirt for no reason at all, apparently. So
yay.
Anyways, our next story, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle sells over 2 million copies. This comes from Nintendo Life.
Dang.
I'm not really gonna read the article because, well, I'm pleasantly surprised that game got the love it deserved. 2 million copies is nothing to shy away from.
It was one of the hardest games to find in Christmas season last year. Like, ever since that game came out, it's just been continually selling.
Yeah,
and it's honestly in my top 3 best games on Switch that I've played.
Yeah,
I love that freaking game.
I know. I need to. So we'll talk about it after these next news stories. But I want to finish that game because I want to play the Donkey Kong levels. Which I heard that expansion is fantastic. So
yeah, I haven't played it. I haven't got it yet or played it yet because I beat the game, but I still need to get that.
Yeah,
they said it's pretty much like a whole nother game. Like
Yeah.
how long
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. It's got like 2 worlds to it, I guess. So,
Nice.
all right. Our last couple news stories here. I'm just gonna kind of merge them into one. At PAX, teased ahead of PAX, Super Meat Boy Rival Rush and The Binding of Isaac Repentance teased ahead of PAX. These stories come from Game Informer and Destructoid. Basically, confirmed today the Binding of Isaac, that is the last expansion for that game. And if you have Afterbirth or Afterbirth Plus on Switch or Wii U, you will be getting that expansion. I think the expansion is free. So, and then a lot of people think Super Meat Boy Rival Rush is a new game. It's not Super Meat Boy Forever, and it's not an expansion to Super Meat Boy. It is a new game. So, not much else is known about it, but anything Super Meat Boy, I will be excited for. And anything Binding of Isaac, I'm sure Matt just kind of, had to change his pants.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see a new Binding of Isaac game like within the next year or two.
Yeah, well,
Because
I
that
know,
game has been out for a while. They've just been kind of adding to it a little bit, kind of like with Shovel Knight, right?
Well, their second project came out already. The End is Nigh, which is like a platformer.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, they've released a game since then. Plus, now they're working on that board game. So I don't know if we'll see another project soon from them, but yeah, I mean, Binding of Isaac, everybody loves that game, and it's probably sold 6 bajillion copies. So
Yeah.
I own it, and I've tried to play it several times, and I don't understand it, but
It's geometry wars in a sense, in a way. I really can't get into Binding of Isaac. I talked about that, but games of that nature, like even the one that Hearts Mercury did on PlayStation 4, like I could get behind that, but something about just Binding of Isaac doesn't do nothing for me.
I know. I've tried multiple times. I've tried on PlayStation 4. I've tried on Switch. I can't. I own the game physically, so I mean,
And that's how I am with Super Meat Boy. I've tried to like that game, and I just can't.
yeah,
And it's like I like those kind of games, but I don't know what it is. It just doesn't grab me like
somehow, for some reason, Super Meat Boy, I don't know if it's like my controller or what, but sometimes I feel like I like the game a lot. Don't get me wrong.
yeah,
But like,
yeah, no.
sometimes I just feel like he doesn't jump when I want him to, or I know when I'm supposed to do something and I go to press the button and he just doesn't do it. Like, I don't know if it's just the unresponsiveness of my controller or what, but like, that's what it feels like. Because I know like I'm supposed to wall bounce up here to avoid blades, but sometimes he just doesn't jump off the wall, and I'm just like, come on, man.
There's a difference between N++ and Super Meat Boy.
Oh, geez, N++, man, that game.
N++ is tighter in its controls, and
It's also slower and more deliberate too, though, which I think the appeal of Super Meat Boy is also the thing that hinders it, right? Is like the appeal is fast paced platforming, and like that to a point. Like I love Super Meat Boy, but like I said, that fast paced stuff sometimes I don't know if it's my controller or what, but that game needs to be more responsive for what it's trying to do. And maybe that's because I'm playing on a wired or a wireless Switch Pro controller that doesn't have the greatest D-pad, which, man, I'm really debating on whether or not I should get one of those Super Famicom 8-bit Duo controllers. But I don't know. I'll check it out when it comes, so... Interesting that 2 really, really old games are getting more content. We're going to move into our question block since we've been going for an hour. Yeah.
Before we go into that, 2 of my favorite games did get announced: Streets of Rage 4. Can't believe that's happening. And Onimusha Warlords remaster is coming to Switch.
Yeah. You want to talk about that for a second? Like, Streets of Rage first, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Dotemu or the Temu, they created
the Wonder Boy remake, right?
The Wonder Boy remake. I think they're doing the Monster World one. Also, but like out of the blue, I think it was Monday. Good friend of ours, Sean Capri, he messaged me in the morning. He was just like, "Hey, Ed, here." I'm just like, "What the world is this? Streets of Rage 4? The heck?" And everybody is like, they're loving that it's happening, but people don't like the graphics for some unknown reason. I'm happy that it is happening. Hopefully they have more players. I don't want the rock soundtrack. It just doesn't go with that series. I know Corey doesn't care for the Streets of Rage series, and that's fine. But I can't believe that Sega and Emma was doing Streets of Rage 4. Like, this is weird. Like, it's been years since that game came out. But then Capcom announced like Onimusha Warlords, and I'm like, wait, what? Like, they're redoing like pretty much the whole game, new voices, tightening up the graphics and stuff, and it's a really great game. If you haven't played it, I played all 3 of the games on PlayStation 2. I wonder if Onimusha 2 is gonna come out, because they would actually have to replace the main character with a different person and redo all the dialogue, because
they redid all the dialogue for this one. So I mean,
yeah,
I think their plan is maybe release one a year or something, because don't get me wrong.
But two they can't do because of the person that they use.
They can just replace the character model. Right. It wouldn't be that. I mean, it would be difficult, but not replacing a character model for one game that they're already remastering probably isn't as big a deal as some people might think it is. So
it'd be as easy as like the Mike Tyson taking the Mike Tyson out of the punch out or whatever.
Yeah, I think the thing that excites me most about Onimusha Warlords is Capcom is digging back into their back catalog so far that we might get other games. Like I want to see the Resident Evil remake on Switch. I want to see Resident Evil 4 on Switch. I know, please update the controls and let me control the camera with the right stick, please. But like, other than that, like, I wouldn't mind seeing these remakes on Switch, because we got Resident Evil Revelations. Like, make Resident Evil 4 control like that, please. I mean, I don't care if I can't walk while I shoot, but just give me that right stick camera.
Jesse.
No, yeah. If they did that, like I said, the day that they make that and make the controls like actually decent, like good controls, I will play that game.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would. I would play it till it's done.
That game,
honestly, that was my main problem with it. Is it just feels so miserable. It's so miserable to play that game.
I think that's the reason. I think that's the reason why everybody thinks the Wii version is the best version, because that's the only one with a secondary like camera control.
This is the thing about it though. It's not the controls, and the reason why I say that is that a lot of people have played Gears and adapted to that control. And if you play Gears a lot more than you play Resident Evil 4, you could make that argument. But
I think if you played any game past that generation, any third-person shooter past that generation, you can make that argument.
I mean, but you got to think about Resident Evil 4, like I always said, was a GameCube exclusive. So if you was used to the GameCube controller and how it played on the GameCube, you wouldn't have no problem playing it. Playing it now.
Well,
I think everybody who ever played over-the-shoulder shooters and stuff, they have adapted to that controller. So then that's why Resident Evil 4 will feel outdated to me.
Well, I mean and not to keep harping on this product because we've been talking about this in the chat and on the show for a couple weeks, but like I think to be fair to Resident Evil 4, I think Metroid Prime suffers from the same control like scheme where you literally have to press a trigger to aim in Metroid Prime, and that's it's just the controls of the era, and controls have evolved since then. That's the only thing that's wrong. That's the only thing that's like quote unquote wrong with these games is like, To be fair though, Capcom's had 1,000 different chances since they've re-released Resident Evil 4 1,000 times to fix this control scheme since the GameCube. But I think getting back to Onimusha, I think Capcom re-releasing those games gives us a chance to see other games come over. So that's pretty exciting too.
Well, and I mean, it's not the ideal way to play it, but I mean, the way that they tried to make the Resident Evil 7, like play through that whole weird online thing that they did.
Yeah.
I mean, at least they're trying. Like, it's, like I said, not the ideal way to play it, but at least they're trying to get their games on the Switch.
Yeah.
So you can't fault them for that.
Yeah. Plus, they just brought Monster Hunter over also, so.
Yeah.
And really awesome Street Fighter stuff, so. Anyways.
Capcom's just trying to stay afloat at this time.
Yeah, but they're doing better, though. I mean, like, I think Devil May Cry 5, even though it's not the Devil May Cry we want, like, I think that game looks promising, and Resident Evil 7 really turned that franchise around, which was, look, say what you will about Resident Evil, that franchise was hanging by a thread, right, after 6 and
after
mixed reviews.
3,
yeah.
After 3, they just lost people with, I mean, there's still a lot of people that followed through, but like, just that for them to change like the whole setting of what Resident Evil was at that point and just kind of completely go down a different path was really ballsy of them to do. I mean, luckily a lot of people did like 4, and stuff like that. But like for me, like I just, before 4, like everything else, like that was Resident Evil to me. So they just lost me at 4.
Yeah, I mean, like the only Resident Evil I've really played is the first one, and that was the remake on GameCube. Yeah. That's literally the only Resident Evil I've ever.
Really?
Dude, I don't like scary stuff. You know that. We've had this discussion 100 times.
Yes.
We gotta do a let's play of Resident Evil 2 remake when it comes out.
Jeez.
Oh God, I can't wait for that game. Oh my God.
All right.
It's going to be just. I'm gonna be broke that week.
All right, we're gonna move on to question block.
Yeah.
So remember, you can email us your questions at nintendopowblock@gmail.com, tweet at us at @NGRPowblock, or leave a comment below the YouTube video. Like I said, the link to the YouTube video will be in podcast service descriptions of the episode. So click the link, give us a subscribe. We are giving away a $20 eShop gift card. The winner will be announced on September 25th. Hopefully prizes will get bigger in the future, but for now we're trying this giveaway thing to, give our fans something to try to earn with their questions. So our first question comes from Megan Green. Now that we're in the heat of the fall release schedule, what do you think Nintendo's 2019 will look like? Are you going to have a roadmap episode?
We will have a roadmap episode because there are a lot of games that's being announced that we know of from E3 until now. Mm-hmm. So once we get like official dates, we'll probably do, because we did one earlier this year.
Yeah.
Like how we did like the spring and stuff. So we'll probably do one once we get official dates, because we got stuff from the UK Nindie Direct. We got David X Machina that got announced for next year. Travis Touchdown game, got a release date for next year. Like, we'll have stuff probably up until April, since that is, I think, the latest that we know of a game.
Well, so plus, like, we'll have fun predicting the second half of the year, because there's, I mean, we've got some big games coming next year. So, like, I mean, in terms of a roadmap episode, I think we're going to wait until, because there's going to be a direct in November.
Yes.
Talking about the spring games or whatever, maybe even laying their own roadmap next year. Plus, there's still a chance we can get a Metroid Prime HD trilogy somewhere, a new Super Mario Brothers Deluxe somewhere. We got Daemon X Machina, Fire Emblem, Yoshi. Those all still need dates, right? So
Yes.
There's only 2 games that we really know coming to Switch that have dates next year. One being Travis Strikes Again in January, which we talked about earlier, and I think Onimusha said February. Is that what we?
I think so. Yeah.
There's something.
Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
And then
Shovel Knight in April. So
in April.
I mean, we're gonna have a ton of stuff to talk about in a couple months. We still have to focus on the fall first, but we will have a roadmap episode probably somewhere in December.
Yeah, and Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Like we'll probably get an update for that. Nintendo Labo might have some new stuff. We might get right control Joy-Cons officially from Nintendo and like other colors. Like we have a lot of stuff before the end of the year.
Right.
That's gonna fall into next year. So yeah.
And I'm gonna call it right now. I honestly think that every other E3, like every other year, is gonna be like super massive. Like this coming up year is gonna be as big as that first year when Switch was being released. Like with all the massive like titles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be like this year was kind of like they still had a lot to offer this year, but it wasn't quite as like on point with the majority of people as it was that first year. I think this next year is going to be like that again, where it's going to be like big hitters, and then the year after that will be like this year, and then the year after that will be big hitters again.
Yeah,
like I think it's going to kind of ebb and flow.
It's like a Switch, like pun intended. Like Nintendo, went big because they're releasing a big system, and then this year, third party and indie games have been doing a lot to keep the system going. Then next year, Nintendo got their whole roadmap. So back once again, it's gonna be more focused on Nintendo. And we haven't even jumped on Bethesda, Rage 2 might come to the system.
Doom Eternal,
Doom Eternal, Bethesda even got stuff set up for next year.
Yeah,
and that's big.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll have some sort of roadmap episode. We could talk a whole hour and a half on just what Nintendo is doing next year. But like I said, we're gonna wait for that inevitable direct, probably early November to early December, somewhere in there, and we'll go from there. So,
yes.
We're gonna move on to the next question from Sam Hall. Do you think Nintendo has what it takes to create a great game as a service? Well, I mean, they've already got 3 games that could probably do it well in Mario Kart, Splatoon, Smash. I mean, those are the 3 big games that could possibly do it, except for the fact that Mario Kart, everything came bundled in the deluxe version. And then, they've made small updates since then, like the Breath of the Wild costume update a couple weeks ago, actually.
Yeah.
Splatoon is getting free maps all the time, and then they had the Octo expansion, which was cool. I want to download that and play that. And then Smash, they're setting Smash up to be a platform, right? I think Smash Ultimate is going to have DLC characters, right? I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. So, I mean, they already kind of have that system in place. It's not necessarily games that you would think of as games as a service. It's not Destiny. It's not Rainbow Six. It's not Fortnite, those kinds of things. But it is Nintendo. So, I mean, and Nintendo's been really generous at giving away content in their games, which, maybe doesn't count as games as a service, but they keep updating and keep you in the ecosystem and keep you playing these games because they're releasing free content.
If Nintendo want to do games as a service, they're going to do it more on mobile than they will on their console. Reason being, they got Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem, Animal Crossing, that new RPG that was announced that we didn't really talk about today.
It's just like they're free to start games. It's kind of their games as a service because they give you a little bit right here, and even the Pokemon game that came to iOS, Android, and Switch, in a way, it's like games
Pokemon
as a
Quest, yeah.
like people might laugh at that stuff, but it's making Nintendo bank.
Yeah.
So they would do it more on the mobile side than their console. I still believe their philosophy is that if we release a game, if you pay $60, it's all full. We'll give you some free updates. If you want more content, we'll give it to you. We'll sell it to you for $12.99 or $19.99, and we'll do it as a full season pass, and you'll get all of this stuff.
Mhm.
Just look at what they did with the Mario Kart on Wii U.
I mean,
look what they did with Breath of the Wild.
I mean, even look what they did with Xenoblade Chronicles 2. We're getting that huge expansion in a couple weeks, right? And they've been updating it since then. I mean,
and isn't that supposed to be like almost a full game by itself or
it's
something crazy?
It's a 40-hour game supposedly.
Yeah.
So, in a game that's already over 100 hours, like, I mean,
Right.
So, I mean, I think Nintendo has the pieces in place. They just do it really differently than everybody else, like they do everything else. So
Yeah, they're doing it more old school, like like charging you for certain things, but like you're getting your money's worth. Like that's the nice thing about them is you're definitely getting your money's worth. Like even just their online service, like that's coming out, it's pretty cheap. Like they could so have charged you way more than that.
That could have been a $50 or $60 service, and they're only charging $20.
And actually, if you think about it, the Mario sports games and the Animal Crossing games on 3DS, because they had the cards for it, and they had season packs, that in a way could be their games as a service.
I mean, even Amiibo, right? Like Amiibo or also.
I was gonna say, like that's their thing. They don't need to charge you money in game so much because they're getting you with like the paying $70 for one little tiny Joy-Con.
Right.
Like they get you with the hardware, unfortunately,
and all these cool Pro controllers that I really want really bad.
I gotta go to the GameStop Thursday and pre-order my Smash controller.
I'll say one thing though is the Pro controller, at least the Pro controller was so like it was worth the money. Like I just have a hard time like agreeing with those little one Joy-Con being worth $70. Like it's just really hard for me to
I mean, I found the blue ones used, and that's the only reason why I got them. But like I would never. I know they're so cool. The only way I would get another set of Joy-Cons if I like colorware, like the colorware ones. If I had that money, I would probably get them. But unless Nintendo comes out with white Joy-Cons with a proper D-pad, I'm done with Joy-Cons. I have my gray set for being out in public and trying to look normal, and then I have my blue ones for when I'm just really want to be crazy. So my blue ones are charging right now actually, but that Smash Pro controller though, man, that looks really cool, and I still want the Xenoblade one. It's just expensive now.
This is at Target.
So, all right, we're going to move on to our last question here from Deshaun Malone. He says, do you think Nintendo has the ability to provide us with sequels quicker? And what game would you like to see a sequel to from the Switch before the consoles end? I think the easiest sequel that they would make would probably be a Mario Odyssey sequel. I think reusing Mario assets in a creative way. That's why we got Galaxy 2 so fast, right?
Yeah. I think Nintendo can't do it quickly because they care more about their quality and being innovative and trying different game mechanics and just try to do something new. Even when a game get canceled, whatever they learn from it, they'll implement it in the next game. Nintendo wants to take their time with their games, so getting a sequel from them quickly, it's not going to happen. Everybody has realized or learned from the Mega Man days, if you put out these sequels like mad, like crazy, you're going to diminish the value of that franchise. Nintendo doesn't want to do that with any of their properties, so they're going to take their time.
Which is why there's 3 types of Mario games now, because we have the well, like, I mean, they have the ability to put out different games in the franchise without it being a quote unquote sequel. Like, we have the 2D Mario games, we have the Galaxy / Odyssey style 3D games, and then we have the 3D World style games. So I mean, you could kind of get away with releasing a Mario game every other year, right? For like, you know, you have the 2D one that you could probably release next year, right? Or late this year, which is the rumor that still might happen.
I would love to see by the year's end of the Switch Snipper Clips too.
Yeah, Snipper Clips is great. I don't know if we'll get a sequel to that right away, though. I mean, I think that would be a great game to release next summer, and just have like. I mean, well, because like because Snipper Clips, and like Snipper Clips Plus, I guess, like it has like 35 puzzles in it, which is great. But like, what if they just took their time and let that team work on a sequel, and it would have 100 puzzles or 150 puzzles that maybe you could even try to do by yourself too. So.
Or that could even be a games with service kind of game too, where they can have like, you know, like add-ons that they just constantly roll out that you pay a couple of, you know, a little bit for.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, in terms of a sequel that I would want, I mean, I think the obvious choice is Breath of the Wild. I would love to see a Zelda sequel, like.
Oh, that's coming. That's no-brainer.
That art style, that engine, more shrines, like. I want to see that before the Switch ends. I don't care about anything else. I almost did it the other day. I was this close to starting a new game.
I thought you did.
No, I didn't start a new game. I went in and to my old save and was just walking around murdering giant monsters and stuff. But you know, I love that game so much. I just want a sequel really bad because like I miss playing that game. I've put 220 hours into that game, and I still miss playing it. It's like those weird people that play Skyrim all the time. That's how I feel about Breath of the Wild. Is like I just want to play again.
Yeah.
So, but what sequels do you guys want to see before the Switch ends?
I said mine, Jesse.
Oh. Well, I know like technically one didn't come out on the Switch yet, but I just want Luigi's Mansion to come to Switch before it's done.
Yeah,
no. I
wonder if they're gonna try to see. I think they're gonna see how the 3DS version does. Which, look, judging by the WarioWare game that came out, like 3DS software sales are going down. Not to like be mean about the 3DS, but I think a lot of people are starting to see like, man, the 3DS is. I mean, I don't know. I like the 3DS a lot, but I mean, people are starting to move away from it because the Switch is a portable. I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe WarioWare is just not a game that's going to sell a bajillion copies either. So I don't know.
It did well. It sold well.
No, I know it sold well, but it didn't sell as well as I think they hoped it would. And like I think I think a lot of people who have a 3DS will buy Luigi's Mansion based off their nostalgia alone for that game. But I don't know. We'll see. Man, Luigi's Mansion, that's a good pick. I want Luigi's Mansion really bad. So
I want
I want them
too. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Captain Toad.
Yeah, that definitely could happen because I mean this was basically just a port. Like, you know, the most recent one is just kind of like an upgraded port.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah.
And I think like, you know, like you were saying to just touch on what you said, Ed, with you know, like the Nintendo just kind of taking their time when they're creating stuff. The other thing with that is I mean, like, you know, like it still may not be as powerful as the Xbox One or the PS4, but you know, like the Switch has actually got some power to it, and you know, like we've seen with Breath of the Wild, like now there's so much more they can do that they they couldn't do, with
because
even with the Wii U,
technically Breath of the Wild's a Wii U game. Imagine what they it only has half the power of the Switch. Imagine what they could do if they utilized the full power of the Switch with something like that,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So they kind of are in a position where they really got to take their time, and because they've just got so much more that they can do now, and just work on it.
Ah, man. I mean, not speaking of sequels, but more ports. I wouldn't be surprised if they announced the Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD coming over either.
Give me my day Tokyo Mirage session, Nintendo.
Yeah, dude, I was watching our pod and play of that game the other day, and it's like that game would take so much work because it's like one of the few games that actually utilizes the second screen in a unique way. That, like, how would you do that? Like, I don't know. I mean, look, Atlas and Nintendo are smart. They probably figure it out. But, like, it just utilizes that second screen so well and so thought out. It's like, it's almost in comparison to them porting Zombie U to Xbox One and PS4, where, like, that second screen was so vital to that game.
Yeah,
like it just really screwed it up when they ported it. So,
yeah,
I don't know, man. Zombie U, what a weird game.
Do you guys think that there's any chance that Persona 5 will come to Switch?
Yep, I think 3 and 4
because
would
it's
come
coming
before.
to Xbox, isn't it?
No,
I think.
Are you sure? I thought it was.
No,
I think
You're thinking of the dance all night.
Yeah,
ones.
the dancing games are coming.
But the main series is staying on PlayStation exclusive.
I think we could see Persona 3 or Persona 4 end up coming to Switch at some point, but I don't think we'll see 5.
No, we won't see the Persona games because they got Persona Q on the 3DS, and Atlas will put that more on the Switch game. And plus they're working on They're working on another game.
They're working on Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Tensei 5. Yeah.
I don't know.
So
I think we'll end up seeing Persona 4 Golden at some point, but I mean,
the Shin Megami Tensei games are actually the main series. Persona 5
Persona's a spin-off.
is a spin-off of that. So,
which, yeah, there's so many Shin Megami Tensei spin-offs, it's not even funny, but like, I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. Who knows? Who would have guessed that Saints Row 3 was coming to Switch?
True. True.
But that is THQ.
Yeah, with that said, we've been going for an hour and 40 minutes, so we're going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, you can email us at nintendopowblock@gmail.com. Email us your questions. Giveaway. $20 eShop gift card, so you can buy whatever you want. It is an American or a North American eShop gift card code, so if you're an international listener, just be aware that you might need an American account for that. But anyways, email us, tweet at us at NGRPowblock, leave a comment below. Remember, instructions, subscribe to the channel, and you're going to need to use your real name because I'm not sending it out to, I don't know what kids use these names as fake names.
Jujubee.
Yeah, no. So that's it for Nintendo Pow Block. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, you can find Nintendo Pow Block every Tuesday at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. Check out all of our content. Remember to click the link below if you're an audio listener. Check out our other content, our Nindies Showcase. Our new episodes of Nindies Showcase are coming soon, as well as our new shows. New seasons of old shows, new shows coming at you. Let's see. Oh, also, if you have topics for expansion pack will be coming back. I'm not quite sure how we're going to do that yet, but we're going to figure it out. So, also check out all of our content on ngrradio.com. Ed, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at ThatRetroCode, and you can find my podcast, Optional Opinion, on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn, and other podcast apps. Also, check out Arsenal X here on NGRradio.com and Nurse Gone Rogue. We will have our own channel also. And the beauty of video games is coming September 9th. It's going to be 3 weeks of the beauty of video games. This year, I am talking about character and art. And I do have special guests. So September 9th is the first official day. In the first week, we will be talking about art. So you guys can read that exclusively on ngrradio.com.
Nice. Jesse, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at the Phantom Maggot AX.
Nice and short. I like it. You can find me at CoreyHD86 on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find me on Nerds Gone Rogue and other content around ngrradio.com. Also, I'm working on a few things. I don't know when they're going to go up, so I'll just promote them when they're ready. But yeah, a few things. Can't wait to show them off. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching Nintendo Pow Block. Like, subscribe, and share. Rate us on your podcast service of choice. And until next time, we love you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Woo-hoo.